Hey, Ken.
How's it going?
Good. How are you?
Doing great.
So I want to talk to you about something that happened to me over the course of the last year.
Uh-oh.
You may or may not have noticed, but January of 2022, I got COVID.
Oh.
And the reality is it wasn't that bad when I had it. I felt like a cold for about 2 weeks, and I recovered fairly quickly. However, about 90 days after I had COVID, my hair started coming out in chunks. Like I would be in the shower, and I would just be like rubbing, wash my hair, and literally chunks and chunks and chunks of hair would just fall out. And my hair was significantly longer a year and a half ago than it is now. It was like about down to like right here, like right past my shoulders. And I had to cut it off last summer because it was so thin and stringy, and I was very concerned. However, I doubled up on my C60 intake, which I've been taking C60 since 2017. And I doubled up on that. And within a couple weeks, about 6 or 8 weeks, my hairdresser said, holy cow, like you have got so much new growth. Like, look at all your baby hairs. And I was like, really? I was like, because I hadn't noticed it yet. And she was like, oh no, this is great. You're on the comeback. So now I'm proud to say it's been a while, but I am legitimately on the comeback. My hair is coming back. I'm feeling good about it. It's thick. It's full. It looks good. I think it looks good anyway. Maybe you don't agree, but
it's fine. Looks fine.
Okay, thank you. It looks fine. But I want to talk to you about this because for me, this was psychologically so unnerving. It was so upsetting. I actually, while I had a great experience with C60 in the past, having my hair grow, and that was like one of the things that clued me in 2017 that C60 actually really does work for me anyway. I didn't know what was going to happen. And as a woman, we don't want our hair to fall out. Men don't want their hair to fall out either. But for women, it's especially freaky because you don't think I'm going to have a bald spot at any point in your life. You get it. So can we talk a little bit about what is the mechanism? What's behind this hair growth with C60? Why is this happening?
Well, there's two things. And in fact, that's what's talked about. The first, they both kind of come to the same thing. The first really human test of C60 was a cream for Japanese women. They applied it to their face and it got rid of fine lines and wrinkles in Japanese women. And then the second one was the topical application of C60 to the scalp. And they found that it increased, and this has been scientifically proven, it increases hair growth. And it also, in people that have had hair loss due to things that are besides male pattern baldness, sorry guys, that's not going to fix, that's a genetic thing for Europeans, but it will actually bring hair growth back.
Okay.
So if you have like a health condition,
so if your hair loss is due to hormonal imbalances,
exactly,
is that what
hormonal imbalances,
so whether you're male or a female,
yes,
okay.
it brings that back. And also a lot of that stuff is like with the massive hair loss you had after the C. That is actually because it causes a lot of times that the body's under stress, it will reset like the follicles. So all the follicles will shut down and go to sleep.
You just said C. Did you mean the big C or did you mean the pandemic flu?
The pandemic flu.
Okay.
It'll reset the follicles. Everything gets reset. And so they shut down and go to sleep, and then they wake back up and start making new hair. And if it's been under stress, they'll all go to sleep at the same time. So you get like hair loss.
Okay.
And that's one of the things, like especially if people take new drugs or medicines or various things, you'll notice like after a while you get this hair loss thing. And that's part of that, what that is that it's causing the recycling. Well, C60 is an antioxidant, and also it's a mitochondria SOD mimic. So it restarts the mitochondria in your cells, and that mitochondria make ATP, the energy molecule for the cells, but they also make pregnenolone, the precursor molecule for all the hormones. And as we get older, you get a little gray hair, the production of ATP and pregnenolone goes down because SOD and catalase, which are supplied by the larger cell to the mitochondria, kind of production goes down just as we age. That's just a natural part of that.
Yeah.
You take C60, C60 replaces the missing SOD catalase, your mitochondria start back up. Now you got ATP, the energy. Now you got the pregnenolone to balance out the hormones like they used to be when you were younger, and hair growth comes back. and fine lines and wrinkles. Well, the fine lines and wrinkles hair growth, that's the other thing that they found with C60, is the original scientific discovery was when they gave rats arthritis. And they knew C60 was an excellent antioxidant and it reduces inflammation. And that's what they were actually testing for in rabbits. They said, oh, okay. And so they gave the rabbits arthritis, they injected the C60 in there, and the inflammation went down. But when they examined the rabbits afterwards, they found that the cartilage had literally regrown in their joints.
Dang.
And that's when they discovered that C60 stimulates stem cell production. Okay. And so that's what they think when they had the women putting the face cream on, it actually stimulated stem cell production in the skin. And as you know, the skin turns over pretty rapidly. Yeah. And if there's not enough stem cells, well, then it gets thin, and that's what causes wrinkles. So with more stem cells, the skin was thicker, and they had less wrinkles. Mm-hmm. And the same way with hair. If there's not enough stem cells to keep those little hair follicles pushing out the hair, then that doesn't happen. More C60, more stem cells, better hair follicle performance, and hair growth increases. And another thing people notice, your nails, which are kind of like actually hair. Yeah. They're the same product that makes hair. So your nails will increase. They'll grow faster. They'll be stronger. And now some people, when that happens, you get like brittle hair and brittle nails. That can happen with some people, especially as you get older. What that is B vitamin deficiencies. Okay. And that's another thing. That's what happened with me. Because I did the genetic testing and I have the B problem with processing B vitamins.
Really?
And so what it is I just need more B vitamins. And so basically that's if you have any problems with like crunchy nails or kind of breaky hair, I guess I don't know what they call that.
Fine hair?
Well, not fine hair, brittle hair. That's it, brittle hair.
Okay.
You probably
brittle.
Yeah, you want to probably do B vitamins like a B12, an individual supplementation of B vitamins, and then a broadband B supplement, and maybe B1 as well, because B1's really important for brain processing. Okay. And just that's for some people that have B problems, like I'm a hunter-gatherer, I'm like an evolutionary throwback, and so and since my ancestors ate a lot of animals, and animals are full of B vitamins. Yeah. I need to go like be paleo and take extra B vitamins just because that's the way it's.
That works for you.
Yeah, it works for me. But that's what testing is. That's the old saying, don't guess, test.
Yeah.
And so, getting your DNA profile, your epigenetic profile is really important because...
And your blood work.
Yeah, exactly. Regularly. Because you are unique. And you have a unique genetic structure. You have a unique epigenetic burden on top of that. And so knowing that kind of gives you a guidelines or a map on maintaining your good health. And so that's... so all of those things are important is getting the proper blood testing and the genetics, epigenetics, and just genetics, just so you know.
Thank you.